Hi friends, Pastor Mike Estep here with an update from Suncrest about our worship and gathering practices in light of the pandemic. It looks like COVID-19 is here to stay. At least that's what our leaders are telling us, and that's not good news. But there is some good news because of the vaccines and our best practices. Those who are vaccinated and who know how to protect themselves are probably relatively safe, and if they contract COVID-19, chances are they will be able to manage those things. That's sort of good news. In between news is that there are folks who are immunocompromised, and they'll need to continue to be vigilant. We still haven't gotten our children vaccinated below the age of 12, but it looks like that is coming soon, and families will continue to need to be vigilant on behalf of their children and on behalf of other loved ones. So what does all this mean for us here at Suncrest? So as we move into the future, Suncrest will need to continue to manage the risks. We are guided by the scriptures. Jesus' great command is that we love God and we love our neighbors as ourselves. The Methodist Church has looked to the general rules or the simple rules to guide us. Do no harm, do good, and continue with all the ordinances of God. Stay in love with God. And those touchstones of neighbor love and doing no harm are great guides for us. They don't tell us, however, exactly what to do, and they don't take away all the risk. They don't tell us how to do that. And the science that has been so helpful to us doesn't tell us how to take away all the risk, so we have to manage the risks. Here's what we're proposing. Beginning on Sunday, October 24th, we want to begin implementing these practices. We want to welcome folks here in person, in worship, and to Children's Church. We want to do some safety practices that'll help us. We want to crack the windows here just a little bit in the sanctuary just to create a little bit more airflow, which folks say is important for us to do. As children, age 5 through 11, we anticipate become vaccinated in the coming weeks. We want to move Children's Church from outside inside, and we're going to have to do that because of the weather change anyway. We're going to continue to block off some of our pews so that we can create physical distancing between folks, and we'll do that until the West Virginia DHHR COVID website shows that Mon County has decreased into the lower ranges of COVID cases here in the county. We may even add a worship service time, especially for Advent and Christmas, so that our sanctuary is not too crowded and we can continue the physical distancing. We're going to expect folks to continue to wear masks as a way to deter spread of COVID-19, especially the Delta variant. We recognize that there are a few folks who just can't handle wearing a mask throughout an hour of worship. Very few of them, but we recognize that there are those folks. everybody's trying to do their best, so we just encourage you to physically distance here in the sanctuary. We're going to continue our hand sanitizing stations. We're not going to pass offering plates and those sorts of things, and our online services are going to continue. So, if you are vaccinated, especially if you have received the booster, if you come here prepared to mask and to physically distance in our pews, we believe that we can manage the risks and gather together for in-person worship. If things change in the community, we'll be quick to adjust to those and adjust our practices accordingly. These continue to be challenging and difficult times, hard to make decisions that cover all the bases, and certainly it's hard to make decisions that conform to everybody's thoughts about these issues. But we think that these are good practices, and they reduce our risks and allow us to gather together. Thanks for journeying with us during this season, and we'll see you in person or online here for worship. Thank you.